So, over the past like week or so, I've been streaming, like trying to stream semi-consistently. And these are the two best runs that I've gotten from streaming, which streaming's been really nice because like not only is it just more entertaining than like grinding private rooms by myself, but also like it also helps me stay motivated for longer periods of time because usually I play for like maybe like 30 minutes and then take a break and 30 minutes and then take a break. Whereas on stream, like I feel like it'd be very stupid if I stream for 30 minutes and then ended stream. Like it doesn't matter. Nobody's watching me. No one's gonna care, of course. But like it just in terms of for me, like it feels really dumb. So yeah, obviously the setup is different. Streak 0 because I'm going for 10 private rooms in a row, like I said in the last video. Also the song overlay in the bottom, which you can't hear because I turned it off. The reason why there's no game audio is because I speak while streaming, like I'm a mic streamer. So because of that, you're gonna hear me speaking overlapping with the commentary as well. So I'm going to put the unedited run in the description with the commentary and the game audio and everything. But yeah, anyway, this seed, it's very good, completable RP, extra gold block. There's cows nearby. I have an iron pickaxe, so I don't need to get iron from the top chests or any other bastion chests. I scan, boom, 40 spike, perfect. I look around, see a fortress, don't see a fortress yet. I also think that the video quality might be slightly worse because I'm just taking this straight from the VOD, but it shouldn't be that bad. If it's like unbearable, then like I'll record as well as stream. But I have a pretty bad PC, so I don't want to do anything else that puts any more pressure on my PC. So I see that it's bridge. I recognize that there's an opening here. This is beautiful because if I didn't have an iron pick and I was on bridge, it would be cooked. Because bridge is probably the most annoying bastion to play with no iron pick. This is a sub 2 chalice mine, like more like sub 145 chalice mine, to be honest, because I'm already like halfway done. I don't have TNT, which is a little bit of time loss compared to like if it was like a DT or a BT seed. But it's still really fast. I know that it's really fast as soon as I enter. I don't know which side is a triple because I entered through the buried section, so I am going to go and try to check that. I see that right isn't one, I think, or is one. I'm not actually entirely sure, but I see the right isn't one. I play Ring Around the Rosie with this hog for a bit because they don't have a lava bucket. I get the pigs off of the place where I need to build my blocks. And then I do regular DK route, Hogland proof to DK route. I get rid of the block to let pigs up, and then this is all pretty standard. And then you can see that at some point here I am able to see the fort, which transforms this run into like a decent run so far, a pretty fast bastion enter into my fastest ever fort split that I've had in any instance ever. So yeah, I get a ton of pigs from this DK. I am trading all of my gold at 3 minutes. This is pretty fast for me. I check to see if there are any pigs there. There aren't. I go and beat the chests. I've been trying to get into the habit. It's not been succeeding very well, but I've been trying to get into the habit of pre-crafting iron axe and iron sword. At first, I hesitated to do them because I was like, okay, well, like it's just a little bit of time save. It doesn't really matter. But like, I'm at the level now where if I want to improve, I want to take this seriously. Like, I'm gonna have to do the objectively better decision. Nice fire res throw there. I'm gonna have to do the objectively better play, which is like, even if Iron Axe, Iron Sword only saves me 10 seconds total throughout the seed, that's still 10 seconds more than I would have saved if I didn't. If I did, it wouldn't have saved. You know what I mean? I see the fort there. Boom. I can bro hang. I go back. I don't even loot the other triple because I'm already at 16 obsidian. So I know that I'll get enough obsidian. I want to get enough string. It's bridge. There's tons of trades here. I pre-craft 2 blaze beds because I know that I'm probably going to get a lot of string from this bridge. And then boom. I check. Actually, not a ton of explosives on this seed. I have everything I need, so I can just leave. And then boom, there's a fortress right there. Fortress enter 414, the fastest ever fortress I've had. I've had a 416 as well, but obviously that's slower than this, and it was a pretty bad run. I I missed the stronghold, and also the rates were really bad. I get this glowstone because I know I don't have a ton of explosives from this bridge, so I think that's the smart decision. I look around, try to see the spawner. I don't really see it super well. Visibility isn't great. It's kind of buried. I decided to go here because I think this is closer to the center, so higher chance of there being a spawner. I'm not sure why I'm not pyrang. I should be getting used to pyrang in the fortress. when I don't see a spawner, but that's okay. I go up here. This is all good part. I go up here again, and luckily for me, there's a spawner here. I already spent like 45 seconds messing around in the fort trying to find the spawner, but it's okay. This is still fast for me. I get 2 for 2 rates so far. I'm still like, okay, let's lock in. I save a bed. I don't double blaze bed because I know that I have... That's what I like about crafting 6 wool is because there's no risk. Like, because if you have to single blaze bed, you don't have to double blaze bed. Like, it's just the correct decision to craft 6 wool every time. Which I wasn't doing before for some reason. Put out all this fire. I don't know how to deal with this fire when it's on blocks like there. I just mine the blocks under it in order to get rid of the fire. I don't know if that's the correct way or the fastest way. It's definitely not the fastest way when it's not netherrack, but when it's netherrack, I feel like it's pretty easy. I have had really good rates so far. I think I already have 4 rods. Yep. I organized my inventory a little bit. Boom. I don't know the correct way to build the portal when it's an enclosed area like this, because I don't know if there's any spots that wouldn't take either a lot of running or a lot of digging. So I decide to blind on this. I already have like 5 rods, I think. I do the boats in the portal animation to overlap it. Boom. Nice blind. I put ED instead of the DE Blaze Eye search, like Blaze Eye. Blaze and Ender Eye, Blaze Powder and Ender Eye search craft. I unfortunately don't get it from the first eye. It also says unusually large arrows, which isn't always isn't a great sign, but get the second eye. Boom. I don't decide to send it off this because I feel like unusually large arrows, I don't always want to trust that. So I decide to measure another eye. Unfortunately, it says unusually large errors again. At this point, it's giving me the same offset every single time. I'm just deciding to trust it because otherwise the pace will die. I'm not exactly sure what causes this to happen in Ninja Brainbot. I feel like I measure correctly every single time, but sometimes it just tells me unusually large errors. And like I have to trust it based on like the consistency of the offsets or the amount of eyes I've measured, some external factor, you know what I mean? I craft my explosives here. I realize that I only have 5, which isn't enough for 0 cycle comfortably for me. Like maybe I can hit a 5 explosive if I like pop off, but I would usually prefer to have 6. I get the 2 rods here. I just have to leave at this point. I think I'm not exactly sure why I'm getting a 7th rod here. I don't think maybe I realized, but yeah, as soon as I get it, I leave. So at this point, the extreme pace is not there anymore. Like fastest ever for enter, I've definitely had strongholds of similar pace to this before, like around 8 minutes, but this is still PB pace potentially if I get a fast birch. Unfortunately, I dig down on the literal last block before you fall into a lava lake. If I built up one higher than that, then I would have been able to just build and not have to swim in this lava, to swim up in this lava and waste a bunch of time, which is a little unfortunate, but it's okay. I somehow don't place the soul sand there on top. But it's around an 8:34. This is still PB pace if I instant nav and get a fast perch, technically. Luckily, it hits the offset. Usually when it's like a consistent offset like that, usually even with unusually large errors, it hits. So I look around. I don't get a great spike. I decide to send it off here. The 37 is really not great. Like that's not really not what you're looking for, but I mean, when you get no spike, I'm not sure exactly what to do. I get a bunch of creepers. I hear silverfish hisses. I'm not sure why I'm not... This is probably the biggest misplay, is the fact that I see silverfish hisses in the subtitles, and I don't notice it. The biggest misplay in the entire run. And then if I remember correctly, I think I get lost in this stronghold for a while. I decide not to commit to there. I don't think I noticed the silverfish hisses in the subtitles when I had the run at the first time, which is unfortunate. And then I decide to send another direction, which obviously is not correct because it's just left. Nope, this is a full dead end as well. Whenever there's no spike, obviously rescanning is good too. I should get into the muscle memory of rescanning more, but I like to clear off entire pathways. I realize that there is no other way to go except here, and decide to commit down this direction because I am forced to. And then I go here, library. I go further down, another library. And yeah, it's a bit of a mess. I just should have the awareness to hear that. But I just didn't in the moment, unfortunately. I wasn't even that nervous. I'm not sure why I switched through my settings there. There was not much utility to that move. But I go down here because I just need to send down a direction far in order to find it at this point, and then boom, I finally found it. So obviously at this point it is not PB pace. It's not even like top 10 pace, because like right now my 10th fastest run is like a sub 12, so I need a sub 12 for it to even be in my top 10 fastest runs. It's also caged, so even if I had the explosives, it was very unlikely I was going to be able to hit this. And yeah, I mean, the rest of the run is kind of just like a perch. Like, there's not really much to talk about in terms of like the half bow and just waiting. And that's how that's one of the two best runs that I got on stream. It was, I think it wasn't a sub 8 stronghold. It was like an 8-3 stronghold because of a long measuring split and also an unfortunate incident at the second portal course. And then the stronghold took forever and I'm not even able to zero. So just like that, what is a really fast pace turned into a run that I can't even really call fast at all. 13:33. This second run, however, I'm much more eager to showcase because this is actually this actually ties my current ranked PB of 10:37 in a private room. Now, obviously, in a private room, it's easier than if you were to do it against an actual player in the pressure of ranked, obviously. But it's still, like, I'm still proud of this. It's so funny that it's a 10:37 PB tie because I get lost in the stronghold for a while for this, if I remember correctly. It's so funny that it's a 10:37 PB tie because it just makes me feel bad about, like, there are literally, like, I made a billion decisions in this run. If any one of them went better, then it would be a second faster and it would be a new ranked PB. It is actually faster than the other run. I checked based on the milliseconds. This one's like 0.3 or something, and the other one's like 0.7. But obviously, no one really cares about that. Very good seed. No iron pick, but I do have golden carrots, which means I don't need to go to get animals. That saves a lot of time. I'm always hesitant on like how many logs to get on these types of seeds where I have gold pick, because obviously I can use gold pick to farm blocks, but I still want to get a lot of logs because gold pick is only like 30 blocks. I get my inventory set up and then boom, I can just enter. I need to remember to keep fire charges on this seed as well because I didn't get a flint and steel light. It's just a fire charge light. And then I see the fortress immediately. I scan. It's no great spikes, but I decide to head to this 30, if I remember correctly, yeah. I look at the fort direction, it's west, and then boom, I see it. Perfect. And this is like the literal, like, ideal position to be in. You're right on top of top-down housing. You know the fort's behind you. It's perfect. I don't get the iron from that chest, so I have to go to these sides, which I would do anyway. And then boom, I see the iron. Tons of obsidian, tons of crying obby. Very nice. Arrows. All the things you're looking for. I search craft ingots to get the pickaxe. I get the gold and distraction gold into my hotbar. It's so nice when you can just enter like the top of a housing or a stables on top of a triple and you have gold armor. Like, it just makes your life so much easier. If I remember correctly, I do use the golden pickaxe while mining here. I assume so. Unless I didn't, and I'm trolling. I think maybe I didn't, but we'll see. But yeah, top-down housing. It's probably the fastest route outside of, like, stuff that I don't know, like double, triple stables. Or triple stables. Actually, manhunt is faster as well. I kind of tweak out on the gold throw there. And now I finally start using the gold pickaxe to mine these blocks. It's so nice to, like, swap in between for the blackstone and the gold. And yeah, everything's pretty standard here. I missed my gold throw. Nice job. My, I'm not going to post this, but my highest streak that I've gotten so far is 5. I got that across multiple days. It's going to be kind of weird calling it a streak when it's, like, segmented across, like, 5 days. But, hey, still counts in my opinion. It still serves the purpose of improving my consistency, which is, like, the only point of what I'm doing right now. With this 10 sub 15 streak. I make like a DIY little throwaway hole there. in order to organize my inventory better, because I have a bad habit of picking stuff up when it's just lying on the ground. Boom. I already have 13 obsidian. Things look pretty good for getting all the things that I need. Bam. 24. Tons of wool. The wool that I would ever need. Fire res, pearls. I should just leave right now. Yeah, there. I'm like bad. Like I always leave like a second. It always takes a while to register that I have everything, because I look around a lot, which I'm sure that just comes with reps and like recognition. Like I just need to memorize the exact numbers I need for each item. Oh yeah, on this seed, I kind of tweaked out because I forgot that the direction was west. I, for some reason, thought it was a different direction, and then I only realized it later. Which caused me like maybe like 30 seconds, which makes it's another decision. Like I said, like I mentioned before, where it's like you regret the billions of decisions that you made, leading up to the time that could have made it a second faster whenever you got a PB tie. So yeah, going the wrong direction in the fortress here is definitely one of them. But like, I mean, PB tie, like I literally could maybe get a PB if I decided to swap the gold pick earlier. Like that's how small of a time like margin that is. You know what I mean? Like that could save a second. Me pearling one pearl better here could save a second. Me pearling directly onto the fortress. Boom, like that. I get 1-for-1 rates put away. I decide to commit to these strays. This is definitely a misplay. I should definitely blaze bed first and then commit to the strays later, because that way, like, you want to get as many cycles with a fully blaze bedded spawner as possible. You know what I mean? So me committing to these strays first, they're not gonna like despawn. Like there's no benefit of getting them early. So I should have blaze bedded first. I decide to craft my bricks. Dude, I'm so bad at direct crafting. Like, it's actually insane. There's a reason why I search craft, like, everything. I know I can double blaze bed because I have a lot of explosives here. I extend the platform here. I always find this so annoying when there's just, like, a stray blaze out of your reach, and they shoot at you and potentially grief your spawns by lighting the spawner area on fire. That's always so annoying. See, like, look at that little fire that I have to put out there. This blaze is in an awkward position. I hit him once. I realized that I can't get him and decide just not to commit. Beautiful 4-spawn. I heard, I think it was Kuraway that said it on one of his streams, that soul fire does not matter at all. I don't know if it doesn't matter at all or if it's just like less light. I think it's probably still better to put it out, because even if it doesn't matter at all, like stuff can still burn. Like it's not good to just leave soul fire. It's not better. But yeah, I get my rods. I use my fire charges. I need to get better at hunger management, because sometimes I eat food too early. Like that was a good place to eat golden carrots, because I was down 3 hunger, and that's the exact amount that it heals. But I need to get better at only eating food when you have the exact correct amount to regain in terms of hunger, or if you just need to regen because you're low in a situation where you need health. Those are like the only 2 times I should be eating food ever. And I need to get that into my brain. It's a nice blind. No eye mishaps like last time. I pearl. Boom. I pearl directly onto... I'm crafting wool in the air, and unfortunately I landed directly next to Hoglins, so... That was bad timing. I realized that I left my crafting table there, and I do need to craft stuff still. So I decided to make an extra crafting table. I run into these Hoglins here. It's okay. I could just tank them. Gold carrots is so much food. And I just decided to just 2x1 dig here, because I thought that pearl crawling would be just not worth it, because it's just so close here. And then boom, I'm directly on cords. It's similar pace as last time. It's around an 8 like 30 stronghold enter. This time it's a little earlier this time. It's more like low 8 stronghold enter. I know that this is fast pace. And then I actually learn from the mistakes that I did last time. I mean, first of all, I need to craft, obviously, for 0 cycle, which is always what I'm looking to do if I have the explosives. And I realized that I'm not in starter, so I have to find my way back up to starter, which is so annoying because it just wastes like 30 seconds probably. Especially, I mean, I guess it depends on how deep you are. If you spawn to the room next to starter, it maybe not doesn't waste that long. But I see starter right here. Boom! I can preemptive. I see a nice spike there. Boom! 45 is what I'm looking for there. And then I decide to head down mid. Nothing here. Fully blocks off. Let's go mid to right because that's the general direction that the spike was leading. I run down these pathways, tons of creepers. Silverfish hisses in the right of my screen. I realize that and decide to head back. These creepers are not making it easy. I do a bit of a misplay where I decide to explore this corridor more because I think I can maybe find an area where like it leads to the portal room, but then I just decide to commit to digging, which is obviously the much faster play. If you just hear silverfish hisses every single time, you should always commit to digging, like no matter what. Like it's always going to be faster, pretty much. I turn my it's a sub 10 enter. I turn my settings up. I kind of tweak out reorganizing, but it's okay. It's back, so I have tons of time. I put my crossbow in my one slot, knowing damn well I'm not going to use it. I'm not good at bow 0 right now. I decide to go 90 just to be safe. I am also wary of the fact that I have 3 hearts. I know that with bow 0 sometimes you can double bed and it gets rid of the damage, but I have enough armor to luckily tank one half a heart there, so I'm just playing off of that and decide not to bow 0. And it ends up paying off. Boom. If I killed on that bed, like it would be PB, you know what I mean? Like it's just like so hard to not think about that. I look to see when the dragon's gonna die before I vote down. Boom. 10:27. Obviously, dragon death animation takes exactly 10 seconds. 10:37 PB tie. This is the best run that I've gotten this week, and I'm looking forward to the next week of streaming. I'm gonna try to consistently stream more. With university, it's gonna be hard, but we'll see.